Pixels. ... I knew this would be shit halfway through the first preview I saw. Did anyone involved in this movie think to themselves, we sure got something great here. I think we can beat out the Lord of the Rings popularity. The nerds are gonna love it. If they did, they must have thought that 7th hit to the head with a sledgehammer was also a good idea. I won't see this, and you shouldn't either. If you want a movie that celebrates video gaming, here's two right here. If you want something that shits all over the gaming and movie industry, go see Pixels with Adam Sandler and Kevin James, who always has that trademark, "Do you like me as much as Chris Farley yet?" look in his eyes. Note to James, Farley had talent. You're the Tom Arnold of fat actors. Now I'm angry. I'll just take it out on an arcade game that could be considered the Pixels of arcade gaming. You think Survival Arts is the worst arcade game I've ever played? Do you really? I stand tall saying Bloodstorm is way worse, but I just like to pick on Survival Arts since I've been doing it so long. It's called an ongoing joke. There's actually quite a few in this show, some dating back to the first episode. But you could take the feces from Survival Arts, the puke of Bloodstorm, and the urine of Time Killers, pepper in some EA, and put it on an arcade floor next to Tattoo Assassins, and Tattoo Assassins would be the more disgusting of the two items. Where to start? I know this wasn't released, but I did Polybius, and no one can actually confirm if that was released, so what the hell. I guess I'll occasionally do an unreleased arcade game. But I have played it! I have played this horrible fart from a corpse's dick hole, aka Tattoo Assassins. I had my hands and memories soiled with this for the rest of my life. This episode is all about you avoiding this. I'm trying to help you! Usually I wait on this, but does it deserve a quarter? No! 25 cents is worth more than this. The empty cabinet without this game in it is worth more than this. The person who spills a soda on the game accidentally in the arcade and breaks it is a hero. If happened upon this in an arcade, it would tell you two things right off. Firstly, the owner of the arcade has no idea what a decent game is. And secondly, take your money elsewhere and hope that arcade burns down. There's just so much wrong here that I may have to extend the episode to get it all. As for a starting point, that's probably the trickiest part. I need to conserve how many insults I hurl, or this game will literally make me run out of them for the rest of my life. This was a request by a fan. I have to out you, Jacob Flynn, for putting me through this again. In the early days of emulators, which I'll never admit to owning, I got to try this. I remember seeing an ad in GamePro magazine about it, advertising hundreds of fatalities. Then I saw these fatalities, and I realize how cruel I've been to Survival Arts. In fact, let me apologize to Survival Arts here. Hey Survival Arts, it's me, and I'm just stopping by to say, you know, you may be a crap-filled jelly donut saturated by bile from a zebra's corpse that had been dead for over a month due to toxic inhalation of increasing amounts of mustard gas administered painfully over the course of several years in the name of the cosmetics industry. Well, I lost my place. Next paragraph. This was developed by two people who were motion capture artists for Mortal Kombat, basically the actors who were Johnny Cage and Raiden in Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. This is most likely the reason they weren't originally in Mortal Kombat 3. They wanted to make this? I read there was some dispute over royalties, but sometimes the pursuit of money leaves you with this. Last I checked, a motion capture artist isn't a programmer, a designer, a director, a musician, or anything else needed for a game aside from the guy dressed like who he is in the game doing stunt-type moves. Why would they even attempt to make a video game? It's bad enough one of these two promoted Bloodstorm!
Baraka wins. Fatality.
Continuing on. If I talk about characters, I could lead with the woman who is wearing ice skates. I could talk about the horribly low amount of frames each character's sprites have. I could hang myself and end this problem now.
Fatality.
Occasionally a game can be cheesy enough to save the bad production quality. This isn't the case. They tried. Oh dear lord did they try. Somewhat during the fighting, but most notably during the fatalities. This game even advertises that it has 2,196 fatalities, but if it doesn't kill the opponent, it isn't a fucking fatality. That sentence alone is enough to throw out half the things that happen to you when it says finish. Nope, no mercy. Becoming Whistler's mother is not a fatality. Applying lipstick is not a fatality! Having a two-headed dinosaur or dragon or wherever the fuck this has appeared is not a fatality! Even Survival Arts got this right. This isn't a fucking fatality! Even the ones that can be considered fatal are the crappiest things available. In Mortal Kombat, you know what's about to happen. The screen goes dark and there's an instance of something theatrical about to happen, and it does. Whatever Tattooed Assassins did is just fucking lazy. If the characters are digitized and the backgrounds are digitized and an anvil drops on someone as a fatality, which does happen, you're telling me you couldn't find a digitized picture of an anvil and not this Windows 3.1 Paint version of an anvil? Not to mention those tattoos on the characters looking even worse. Kindergartners have better artists with finger paints than this game did using actual equipment to make a game. I say that, but I didn't research it, so I'm assuming they did, which is a gigantic assumption. A prototype of this game was released in 1994. Obviously, no market research opinions were done prior to this. I know 2 cabinets still exist, and the rest were destroyed, hopefully. If only I could have been there for that. The things I would trade just to see this crap heap crushed, burned, stabbed, sliced, or anything that'd be considered a true fatality. The ROM is available for download on MAME, but your time is worth so much more than that, unless you want to play a crappy game just to have your expectations over-exceeded on how horrible something can be. Actually, since it wasn't released, maybe I've only played a very unpolished version of what would have been the finished product. Logically, that would be an answer to how awful this is. You can't polish a turd, I guess. Mythbusters did prove this. Maybe the story has some saving grace? Yes, the story of the game will likely save this mess of... Hold on, while I look up another word for it. I'm running near empty here. This mess of feculence. I guess I can thank this game for having me look up that new word for my vocabulary. Speedy story recap time. And it came to pass that Mullah Abba, spiritual leader of the Order of Colors, discovered the ancient secret of the mystic Ink of Gehazi. I know I can do this. The Ink of Gehazi is an amorphous fluid organism which can form into real objects for brief moments when applied to human bodies as tattoos. I am strong. I can finish this. However, the ink is only compatible with those of a certain genetic makeup, those known as hosts. The ink can cause bizarre mutations in those who prove unsuitable. Okay, that's gotta be it. Shit! Among the color guards, only Colden was a suitable host. Fuck's sake, this is so stupid. Thus, believing himself superior to all mankind, Coldan stole the secret of the ink. His goal is to create an army of mutants and enslave the human race? That's gotta be it. It has to be. I can end from here, right? What? Fuck this!
Mullah Abba commanded the 9 remaining color hosts for the Ink of Guise, 1 of whom might be powerful enough to defeat Kuldan. 9 hosts were found, each received magnificent chest and arm tattoos, plus a magical morph tattoo on their palm, the Tattoo Assassins.
Alright, I'm back, and that's the end, right? So, Arcade Pass...
Yet Kuldan's power
There's
had
still
grown
more?!
stronger. His consciousness possessed. He would use the remaining ink for himself. But all was not lost, for Mullah Abba discovered the strange power of the mysterious tattooed woman, Lila Blue. By using Lila as a channel, Mullah Abba has the power to allow you to possess any one assassin. Choose.
It's gotta be finished now, so... nothing else? Sweet!
Now you must
God
defeat
damn it,
the
this
other
game's
assassins.
bullshit!
Use
I'm
your tattoos
fucking
as
leaving!
weapons. Earn new tattoos. Destroy the mutants. Find Kuldan and defeat him, if you can. I guess Mike actually left. Well? Arcade passed. Let's make it last.